Hey guys, BB coming at you again here from BB Vape Reviews. Today I've got a fun one. Today is the Cascade tank from Vaporesso, right guys? I got the blue one. We're going to give it the good and the bad. I'm going to tell you all about it, so stay tuned. Let's go. Alright guys, let's get all up and close and personal with this Cascade Vaporesso tank, right? Let's take the lid off of it. Let's pull this thing out of here. Let's see what's hiding underneath of the cardboard. Okay, so we've got extra seals, right guys? Always have to have extra seals. We've got an extra glass for all you people out there that drop your tank constantly. It's nice to have that extra glass in there. You just never know, right guys? And this is one of the coils that come in here. Let's see, this one is the 40 to 80 watt 0.4. So you get a 40 to 80 watt 0.4. And then inside of the tank, wait, let's talk about this first. Let's pull out this little adapter. This is actually kind of cool, guys. So, man, my fingers just aren't working right. So let's get this dude out of here. Man, what is happening? What is happening right now? All right, so this, guys, is the adapter. So Vaporesso has put out some other tanks in the past, and this is the adapter for those coils. So if you open this up, and you say you have an old GT coil, you can stick it inside of there. But I'm going to tell you a little secret, guys. This not only takes GT coils, you can also put inside of here a Baby Beast coil. So any of the Baby Beast series coils will also fit inside of here. So if you have the old Baby Beast or the old JT coils, either one, guys, you can use this adapter and still use it in this tank. But I'm going to tell you what, let's get right straight into the coil that's inside of here, guys. So if you open this up, and this is one of the coolest things ever. I love the way they put the coils in their tanks, guys. There's no threads. It just pops in and out. So that means if this is full of juice, right? Let's say you got this thing full of juice and it's doing its thing and it gets low. You can just flip it up like this, pull out the coil, put in a new coil, and bam, you got a fresh coil inside of there without having to empty out all this juice or waste any of that juice. And I want to show you this too, guys. Some tanks have little slots right here, right? Where the coil sits when it's inside the glass. This one, the liquid is always sitting on top of that coil. It's always sitting directly on top of that coil. Unless you run this out of juice, you will never have a dry hit, guys. This is a 7 mil tank, so you'll have 7 mils of liquid. Now, it is kind of deceiving because as you use that liquid up, it starts to disappear. And when it's gone right here, you still have a couple mils underneath it here, guys, but you can't see that. So your tank looks absolutely empty, but it's not. It's got plenty of juice left. So let's move on to filling this bad boy up. Let's get this thing filled up and get to vaping on it, guys, right? So I always like to put down a little paper towel because sometimes this can be messy. No matter what you're doing, this can always be a little bit messy. So we're going to put down a little paper towel. I'm going to pull this tank out, or I'm sorry, the tank. Pull the tank out. Now we're going to pull the coil out of the tank, right? And let's juice this baby up and see how she works. So what I always like to do, these little slots on the outside, guys, are a really good indicator, right? So you see how they're all nice and white? You can tell that they're not saturated with juice. So I like to start from the inside out, and I put just a little bit of juice inside here. Now, if you overdo it, it's no big deal. It's just going to run out the bottom. And we can clean that up here in a little bit. But I like to take my time and really saturate these coils. So what I'm looking for, guys, is as this cotton is saturated from the inside out, I will start to see these get wet on the outside, right? So if you start on the outside like some people do, you never really know if you've got all that coil saturated or not. Please, please, guys, take your time with this step. A lot of people hurry through this and they don't want to get liquid all over their fingers, kind of like me. You know, I'm a little funny about that too. That's why I wear the gloves. Guys, I don't like the e-liquid on my fingers either, but take your time with this, and I would rather see you overdo this step than underdo this step, guys, because if you have dry cotton and you hit that power to it, you're going to burn that cotton. And once that cotton's burnt, guys, you cannot unburn cotton. So let's just keep saturating this really well. Like I said, I would almost rather see you overdo this and have it run out the bottom of that coil than not have enough in there. Okay, guys, I don't know if you can see that or not, but I've been saturating this for a while, and I'm going to hold this up here, and if you can see, that is starting to get wet from the top down. So you can see the white of the cotton underneath. That's not wet yet, so we know it's not ready. The top is starting to get saturated rather nicely, but that bottom is still white. So we know we need to keep going. We need to keep doing that. And I'm looking for that on all 4 of these slots, guys. And there's no way I'm going to put this in the tank till those 4 are saturated really well. Okay, guys, every single one of those slots are now saturated. You can tell that cotton has now changed from white to a little darker color. And if you look at it really close, which I doubt it shows up on the camera here, but you can see the saturation. Now, what I like to do is one last thing. Like I said, I almost overdo it a little bit, but I like to put a little drop on the outside here. Even though it's already wet, I like to get just that little bit more just on the outside, just to make sure. Okay, guys, so this is ready to be put in. So like I said, it's super simple. You do like to usually use a little extra piece of paper towel. I twirl the end up just a little bit because I hate to get that juice in my mouth, right? I'll just run it down each coil just a little bit, just to clean out that excess, right? Just to get that excess out of those coils, because I don't want to suck up juice when I take my first hit. Okay, so let's put this in. So like I said, whoa, slippery little dude. So like I said, you just simply take this and it pushes in like that. Okay, guys, this is something I wanted to talk to you about also. This thread on the bottom of here, this is a single thread, right? So it's kind of, I don't know, I'm going to say grainy. When you go to put this in, it almost doesn't feel like it wants to thread on there. It's like gritty. It's like grainy. So be very careful when you put this base on, guys, because you can cross this pretty quick. But you can kind of find the area, and I'm going to be quiet here for a minute. Maybe you can hear this. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not, but it's kind of gritty, kind of grainy. You just got to be a little bit careful because you can cross thread that. Now this guys, this tank it does have 3 air holes along the bottom, right? And it measures exactly 52 millimeters tall, and it is a 25 millimeter diameter. But guys, this is a fixed 510 pin on the bottom of here, so it's not adjustable. You can see there's no screw slot in here. That's a 510 fixed 510 pin. So do not, I recommend anyway, do not use this on a mech mod. Make sure you use this on a regulated mod, guys. That's really what you're kind of looking to do. So, all right, let's get this thing filled. If you look at the top, there is an arrow. There's an arrow on the top of here, and we're just simply going to push, right? And it's going to pop that top right open. Now let's put in some juice. I think you can see it filling up there. But as you can see, as you dump that juice in, guys, it doesn't look like it's filling the tank. It is filling that tank. It's just 2 mils. There's just 2 mils underneath it here, guys. So give it a few minutes, and you'll see it work its way up to the top there. But just keep filling that tank up. So we'll get this filled, guys, and we're going to give it a toke or two, and I'll give you my impressions on it. Okay, guys, we got the tank all juiced up and ready to go. It's full of premium liquid, some of my favorite stuff. So what I like to do is I open the airflow all the way, give it a few tokes without any power. Now the coil that's in here says it's good up to 200 watts. So we're going to give that a shot. I'm going to screw it on my device here. And what I like to do, guys, is I like to start out low, right? So I don't want to, it's kind of like a car engine, guys. You don't put a brand new engine in the car and then just floor it as soon as you get going. So you want to start out a little bit slow, give it time to break in just a little bit. So this coil is good up to 200 watts. So I'm going to start really low. I'm going to start at 50, guys. I want to take a little toke. If I taste anything burn at all, I want to stop. So just give it a test toke. Okay, it tastes fine. So let's turn it up to about 60, 65. It tastes good, but it's not ready yet. Let's go back down just a couple degrees here, a couple of watts. So as you can see, guys, I'm running at about 61, Hopefully you can see that, but that's where I've got it right there. I'm just babying that tank, just a little bit. I'm just babying it some. No burnt taste there. So I'm going to turn that up to 80. So that's the base of that tank. It says it's anywhere from 80 to 200, guys. So I'm going to go up to 80, and let's take a toke, see how she performs. Not bad, but I can already tell you 200 is going to be too high for this coil, guys. It says 200, but I'm almost betting it's too high. Let's take it up to 90. So we'll go at 90 watts on that. Let's hit it. Wow, that is such a warm vape. It's already really warm at 90, guys, so let's take her up to 100, see what 100 does. Let's go up to 100 even. 100 even on the Cascade by Vaporesso, the super sub-ohm tank. Okay, flavor's decent. I got a little bit of that new cotton taste, you know, so hopefully that'll work itself out of there. It's decent. It's not one of the best flavor tanks I've ever had, but the cloud production is pretty nice. It's a very dense vape. I'm going to turn that airflow down just a little bit, guys. I'll take another toke. Let's turn it up to 120. Let's go to 120. Let's push this dude up just a little bit. So we'll go to 120. Here we go. Oh yeah, it's already really warm, guys. So I'm not a super hot vape. I don't like a real hot vape. I like kind of a warm to a little bit more than warm, but not hot. When it starts to get hot, I'm not a fan. At 120, this thing's already running hot, so I can almost tell you 200 is going to be too much. So let's take that up to 150. Let's jump that dude way up there, right? 150, guys. Let's take a toke. Oh yeah. Oh, that's way too hot. It's hot. The vape is dense, the flavor is there, but it's too hot of a vape for me, guys. That flavor, it kind of kills some things on that flavor. So I'm going to bump her back down. Let's go 135. Take a toke. So yeah, much better at 135. So I think the 200 power range, or the 200 estimated wattage on this coil is a little bit it's a little bit high, guys. I don't know if I would run this at 200. It's just it's too hot. I even got a little bit of a burnt taste there at 135. So I'm gonna take it down to 130. We're gonna go down to 130 and see if I can find a good place where I like to vape this tank. Yeah. Right there it is, guys. The flavor is really good at 130. So 130 is where I would probably run this tank at. I wouldn't recommend running it to 200. It just seems it's way too hot. It's going to burn that coil out in a matter of hours. There it is, guys. 130 for me. 130 is where I like it. So at 130, the flavor is spot on. The vapor production is nice. The warmth of the vapor is perfect for me at 130. And like I said, give it a shot. Go to 200 if you want, guys. But I would stick around the 130 mark on this tank. I think they overestimated the top wattage on that just a little bit. But all in all, a good tank. Let's see, the good and the bad, right? Good flavor. Not the best flavor, but good flavor. It does have 7 mils of juice. That's a plus. And it also has plenty of airflow. The vapor production is nice. I like the way the vapor is produced. I like the draw. I like it's not too tight. It's not too airy. It's perfect for me. Some of the drawbacks, guys, I don't like, even though I do like the 7 mil, and I like the way the coil sits on the bottom of that juice, I don't like how when it gets below that glass, I can't see it anymore, right? I don't know if I have juice in there or not. I have to constantly fill it at about the 5 mil, 4 mil range, just because I don't want to let it run dry. and you can't see that juice down there, guys. You know it's there, but you really can't see it. It just kind of makes me a little bit nervous. Okay, another con for me, guys, would also be the way that that's screwed on there, the base. I'm not happy with that at all. Let's see if I can get it off here. But this right here, like I said, when you screw this on and off, the base part of this, it's really gritty, guys, and I'm not a fan of that at all. So yeah, guys, that's the Vaporesso Cascade tank, right? The sub-ohm, super mega sub-ohm tank from them. So I would appreciate it if you guys give me a like, maybe subscribe to the channel so you can see the next video when I put it out. I'd love to hear your comments, guys. So if I missed something that you have a question about, please send me a comment. I'll be glad to answer those. I love reading them and finding out. Let me know your experience on the Cascade tank. Is it the same as mine? Do you run it at 200? Do you run it less than 130? Where do you run the Cascade tank, guys? I would love some of that input. So until next time, this is BB out, and I appreciate you coming along, and I'll talk to you later. Have a good one, guys. Vape on.